Hello everyone and welcome to another Feed Army video. In this video we will be talking about how to install Google Analytics number 4 into Shopify. The previous version you could easily install by copying the ID into Shopify and then everything is done. However, with the new version this is not yet possible. So you need to manually install it into Shopify. And this is what we will be talking about and how to do that. Let's get into it. Okay, so now we will have a look on how to install Google Analytics number 4 in Shopify so that it loads on every single page, including the checkout. If you have already installed Google Analytics, the universal code in Shopify, then you can skip this step. However, if you have just created a Google Analytics account, it will default to the newest version, which is number 4. However, we have to first install Universal Analytics. This is actually the third version. To do this, open Google Analytics, go and click on Admin, then create property. You can give it any name you like. And now what we want to do is click on Show Advanced Settings and now toggle Universal Analytics property. And you can give it any name you like. There we go. Because we already have Analytics 4 within this account, you can just create Universal Property only. Now click on Next. Choose whatever industry fits your category. Then I'll choose Small and Other. You can choose whatever you want and click on Create. There we go. Now this code we want to copy. Go to Shopify, your online store, then select Preferences. And then if we scroll a little bit lower, you will see Google Analytics. Now we want to paste this code and click on Save. Now we will also want to select Use Enhanced E-commerce and to add Google Tag Manager, which is how we install Google Analytics 4, by adding the Google Tag Manager code into custom JavaScript. So we click on this. Now we want to create a Google Tag Manager code. So we open Google Tag Manager. If you have not created this account yet, you can go ahead and create that. I will go ahead, example.com, the website example.com, and we choose web. Click on create, accept the terms and conditions. And now it will default to opening the code. However, if you've accidentally closed this, you can get it by going to Admin, install Google Tag Manager. And what we want to do is copy the code between the opening and closing script tag, highlighted here in the video. Now we copy this. We want to go back to Shopify, and we want to paste it in the additional Google Analytics JavaScript. So we just have the code itself and then click on Save. And now we need to install the Google Tag Manager code into the thank you page. So now we need to select the whole code, copy. In Shopify, go to Settings, Checkout, and then scroll all the way to the bottom where you see Order Status Page. And here in the additional scripts, you paste the code and click on Save. Now Google Tag Manager is installed on all pages so that it loads on every single page and also in the checkout. However, now we need to go and install Google Analytics number 4. So we go back to Tag Manager. And by the way, you can skip the body tag. This is actually only intended for users that do not have JavaScript enabled. This is actually a very low number of people that disable JavaScript, because essentially if you disable that, 99 or nearly 100% of the websites you cannot use, or it will not be functional. So you can just ignore this. Those types of people you will not be wanting to serve, because nothing will work properly anyways. Okay, so let's go to the workspace. Here we will see add new tag, and we want to click on tag configuration. Select Google Analytics GA4 configuration. Now we will want to go to Google Analytics. And now we want to go to Google Analytics and get our measurement ID. You can toggle to Google Analytics number 4 in the top left corner, or if you have not set it up yet, go and click on GA4 Setup Assistant. For new users, let's just go and do that. Get started, create property, now click on see your GA4 property. We want to go and tag installation, select our stream, and now here in the top right corner you will see the measurement ID. Now we want to go back to Google Tag Manager. We want to paste this in here. Now let's choose the trigger and select all pages. And simply click on save. It will say to rename it. We will do that. Now it's saving. And we need to publish this container into your website. So it's basically, at the moment, it's just saved within Google Tag Manager, but it's not live yet. So we click on submit. We give it a name, GA4, and you can give it whatever description you like, and click on publish. And that is it. So now within 24 hours, Google Analytics number 4 will start populating with new data. Now there's an extra step that you can take to track all types of events regarding the product and the purchase. As you can see, this is a test in a real-time view, and we see some Shopify data. Now that is not a default value. It is an event that we have created manually. So if we go and click on it, we can see that we have collected brand, collection, currency, the product ID, and so on and so on. So if we click on, for example, the product ID, then all the product IDs will be listed here on the real-time view. Or if you have other reports, you can view that data as well. Now, as I mentioned, these events are not a default setup, and you need to manually install that. If you like to track all of these extra events that are not defaulted in Google Analytics 4, you can go to feedarmy.com, and then under services, you can go to Google Analytics 4 Shopify Event Tracking. And here you can order the service, which allows you to track all of these extra events here. We are building on this feature more and more so that more data can be tracked. If you have any questions regarding this service, do let us know.